Okay, this crazy man is a man that gives out information that we already know, but he loves being paid for it. He loves the money. Uh, let's see if he's any good at speaking. Okay, they charge about £30-40 a ticket to go and see this man who said that he was Jesus Christ back in the late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, the funniest haircut you've ever seen. It's like a wig, and it's just like bowl cut, and he's got it like combed forward, like Oasis did back in the 90s. The only difference is that it looked cool on Oasis, but on him it kind of looks a little bit like a girl.
People in mainstream society, they see conspiracy researchers of the five sense nature as extreme and crazy.
Well, let's just break that down. His partner in crime is, of course, Alex Jones, who's linked with the CIA, who's linked with the Swiss banks, and obviously the InfoWars symbol is the Swiss flag, which is the white cross within a red background. This guy's clearly an MI6 agent, and his main function is to bring in the one world Luciferian religion by wiping out all of religions: Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. Like he actually says that all of these religions worship Saturn, but it's the religion of Saturn that this man is trying to bring in, and which is the pure Luciferic religion according to Albert Pike.
A lot of them see me as extreme and crazy.
That would be correct.
Because if you think that all you need to know about life and reality is between the covers of two covers of a book written by who knows what.
Okay, well, we know that the Holy Spirit wrote the Bible, and probably, even though Muhammad was illiterate, we know that some sort of imams or whatever wrote the Quran about several decades, 100 years or so after. So we have a rough idea who wrote these books. But the thing is that David Icke's books, we know that it's a crazy man who wrote them. I mean, we can see him here. So if you buy this guy's book, we know that we're actually buying things from a crazy man.
And in who knows what circumstances, the Quran and the Bible and all the rest of it, then and what that tells you are and reality is and how it all works, you ain't even gonna begin to go down the rabbit hole into the areas.
Clearly he's been down there a long time.
If you do,
by the looks of him,
you immediately realise that your religion is part of the conspiracy.
Okay, the thing about this guy is that he never separates the God of the Bible, Yahweh, with the demonic host, which are the Arcturans and fallen angels, what you would call, I guess, the serpent race and all that, which he talks about a lot, the reptilians. Doesn't look too unlike one at times himself, but anyway.
Earlier about the archons and this demiurge, that this like devil figure, as Christians would call it.
That we would call it that because it is.
That the Gnostics talked about in their texts. Well, that demiurge and those archons, those jinn and whatever you want to call it, those reptilians and all the different facets, they are the force that the major religions worship as God.
Well, that's very interesting. It does say in the book of Isaiah that Satan would basically lift himself up to be worshipped as God. So I'm saying that a lot of these religions have been infiltrated by these Luciferians. But to actually say that the whole of Christianity and the whole of every other religion in the world are worshipping like the same God or these demons, it is definitely a lie, because it's written, and we know that born again Christians, if they're walking with Christ, have the power to rebuke demons out of people, which never talks about, and as I say, never actually separates Yahweh and his son Jesus Christ with these false deities. You never hear him do that because he's trying to bring in the one world's government with Alex Jones, and he's trying to bring in the one world Luciferic religion.
It is the Islamic God, it is the Christian God. What, being controversial now, aren't I?
Well, you're lying.
I don't care. I want the truth, not the popularity.
Yeah, you don't care about the truth. That's right.
Just victory.
Just victory. You mean you heard that yourself?
Islam, it's the God of.
You know, victory to him is basically desecrating. Basically to the Masons, Yahweh is just a demigod, which you'll hear him say in a second. It's just one of many gods to Masons, which obviously David Icke is a Mason, although he claims to speak against the Masons and all that, but he's really totally in line with the Luciferic religion.
Christianity, it's the God of Judaism. Yahweh, that's the demiurge, that's this fake.
So anybody that blasphemes the name of Yahweh and says that he's fake, you know that he's a Luciferian. That's just in your face Luciferianism. Luciferians hate the name of Yahweh, and they disassociate Jesus Christ with Yahweh because they think that Jesus Christ is Lucifer's son. And this is what they actually teach, of course, in the Catholic Church now, since it was taken over in the Vatican II, of course, by the, and it's now obviously controlled by the Jesuits completely, but before that it was the occult societies.
Manipulator of creation.
Now, did you hear that? He called Yahweh not the creator, but a manipulator of creation, which is exactly what Lucifer is, which is exactly what the fallen angels are. But you see how twisted this guy is?
The Gnostics talked about. So, we got this situation. Please tell me it's not true.
It's not true.
It is.
Yeah, but it's not. You see, you haven't actually asked God. You just prayed into your thin air, and God is telling you that what you're saying is completely untrue, but you're not listening.
But it doesn't have to be. We just change it, and it's gone. But
in your mind, of course, in your warped pagan mind.
Unseen network.
Yeah, which you're part of.
That the Gnostics talked about, all these people talk about, have created this conspiracy, this network of human manipulation.
Exactly what you do.
Business and banking and all the rest of it.
Which you're part of.
And some people, increasingly large numbers of people, fantastic, have started to see that.
Anyway, yeah, I think this is an exposure video on this guy, crazy man David Icke.